What's up everybody, how's it going? It's Burke, aka Dansweight here, and welcome back to another premiere episode of the Final Fantasy X Masters Mod by Karifean. Please remember to hit the like button and show the video some love, and I hope you guys have plenty of fun in the chat. Let's get going with this week's episode. Alright, this guy. Now, Tidus is well equipped here. So this time I will start to speed things up a little. We'll bring Yuna up as well, and this time we'll make sure she truly is protected as she should be with the right thing. This one. We'll also switch to Razzmatazz. Okay. Yeah, Yuna attackingly obviously doesn't offer very much here, unfortunately. We'll try a triple foul. Okay. Right, Berserk Proof. Yeah, Bad Breath always seems to be turn number one. Mari in. So now we have, again, like Poison obviously is always one of the worst ones because depending on how powerful the attack is, it also carries it. You're kind of a bit screwed. I only have 6 antidotes left. Shit, did not realize. Okay. Let's do some double cast. Raga. Almost hitting that max damage now. Get even more on there. Warrior Overdrive, we might be able to work it a little more here. Okay, Poison on there too. I think Riku's on Comrade, so we'll just wait here. Yeah, she does nothing from a regular attack. It's annoying. Yuna. I'll just take the hit. She might just die anyway. Okay, it was Auron. But he filled up everyone's overdrive, so that's fine. 18,000. There's still a bit of work to do. Fire Strike just never happens in this game. Why the hell is it so hard to bloody get Fire Strike? I feel like no one's had a single Fire Strike drop the entire run. So again, it's the usual kind of struggle of trying to do damage without a lot of MP. But it's not easy. Okay. Now the trouble is, the last time we got to this stage, it did the attack that hit everyone for like 4,000. So maybe we shouldn't let that happen. And so even if it is MP heavy, I'm not taking chances with that. Let's just dispatch it. Fire, unfortunately not quite enough, where 2 Firers would have got the job done, but we're starting to get closer and closer to the save. Just want to make sure. But we got to the stage where we started to build those overdrives back up as well, so... Alright, let's do it. Damn it. Where was the thing for that? I forgot. In any case, there's a Demonolith. Stone Breath, so Tidus is protected against it now. Right, let's do a Osmos Bio combo. Okay. So this time we're going to switch to Stoneproof. I actually want to use some reflexes. I did notice that that move missed. So I want to do a bit of Darkness and... well, you kind of have to pick your poison. Let's go with Silence Attack first. Okay. So at least it won't cast Drain now. But it takes a decent amount of damage. Now. I kind of like keeping her out just because she's...
allow me.
She's just got really good evasion. Like, they're a slow bunch, but they're still pretty good. But Waka will get shattered if we're not careful, so we have to watch out. Alright, let's see what happens here. That worked. So, trying to keep it under control now. That's the idea. Waka does have evading counter, so we can make that work for us. As long as this guy stays silenced, we should remain in control. So we'll keep him on the silent strike as well. Oh, yeah, that works. I can dig that. Okay. Wow, he's doing some nice damage, I have to say. That piercing, putting in some work. So now I think Stone Breath probably soon. Okay. So definitely able to keep it at bay here with these moves. A little bit of extra healing. And there we go. Okay. Getting closer. Just always have to make sure I'm doing this stuff every time. Just gonna make a break for the save sphere first. Still no Barbatos yet, by the way. Let's see. Get some osmosis in, I think. Nice. I kind of gotta know. Yeah, Auron's accuracy is not too bad. That's the one interesting thing in this mod. I think he's tried his best to not make Auron like that useless, because obviously if his accuracy is low as well, it really does become a bit of a nightmare. Okay. So I think I'm gonna do a bit of this. Still sad to me that he can't break the damage limit. I'm still not used to it. Can he survive an attack each from them? Maybe he can't, honestly. Bahamut's always had good magic defense. Let's see. Yeah, he'll survive. Good. Yeah, he doesn't need the overdrive against these guys. That'll do. Yeah, you can do that all you like. Doesn't matter. So I think there's a little bit that I missed there. But we'll check it later. Let's just finish this first. So we're not done with the encounters just yet. But we're making a break for it. Hopefully maybe one more encounter. Maybe two. That happened very fast. Okay, so we're going to start to speed up a little here. Let's see. Osmos. Bio. So Lulu's MP maintenance has been very nice. She's back over 100 and we haven't had to use any ethers, so that's pretty nice. Razzmatazz. Silence attack. Okay. Let's just double check. Don't do anything silly. We do have Stoneproof. Yes, we do. Now this guy does a drain touch though, so we have to make sure. We sacrifice Waka again here, but we really need to make sure. Can't have that happening. Okay. Ah, yes. Okay, it's one of those where, fine, it doesn't hit you with... what's the elemental affinities here? Lightning, okay. Yeah, if the petrification doesn't work, the slow still gets you, so you have to watch out for that. Do that. Just want to bring Waka back first. And then I'm going to haste go. And hopefully these two together, they'll be able to keep the statuses on. That's the plan. Back to the Razzmatazz. Yeah, the way he gets 2 attacks there. Okay. Yeah, got the dark back on. That was a little bit fortunate, I have to say. But we made it work. Now I'm going to bring Auron in. I think he's the better choice. Okay. Nice quad 9 action. Still got darkness. Making absolutely sure. Wait. Okay. So probably one more encounter here. Or if I'm lucky, the final one. So it was a very rocky start, but I think we're definitely getting back to it here. Can we make it? Probably not. Yeah, one step away. It's this guy. Yeah, if you're not like spamming a little sleep buster, I feel on this guy, he gets really annoying. He's fine, but like many of them, he is a little MP intensive. Okay, bro. Let's see. That. That. Put it to sleep again. Okay. And then I think Titus should definitely finish this off. There we go. And we have officially made it to Braska's final Aeon. Now, this isn't over yet, but I will, of course, pin this save here. But I will go back. There's a couple of unfinished things, but I just wanted to make sure I did it. That's the one good thing about this place. It's not like a particularly long section, so you can get away with it. And from here, there's a couple more things we need to check out before we're finished. I'm definitely going to make sure I encounter a Barbatos. That would be a bit unfair, I think.
Who makes these things?
Okay. So, at this stage, really, I'm going to start speeding up. Don't really need to Osmos. We can Bio. Then we can probably Thundaga. Yeah, nice damage. Okay. Get the Razzmatazz. See what we can afflict. Darkness being on there is nice. I think just keep ore in there. And then silence attack. Yeah, it's a lot of annoying statuses at once at the moment. And basically all of them have something. But I think we'll just go with this. Yeah, so that's why you need to go with silence first. Nearly done. Alright, there we go. So let's head down this bit. The epitome of platforming. Look at this. Okay, I've been mashing X too much. So we have got one nice shield for Tidus here. That's been something. And an agility sphere. Woohoo. Interesting. So Auron can use one. Lulu can use one. Honestly, I'm starting to think more and more Waka might be a good choice for these. Ah, shit, I forgot to kind of change things back up. That's a little bit fortunate. Can we... I think Auron can Shooting Star here. I think I might do that. So... I think we'll just wait. Let's just get it.
This is for the fallen.
Because I'm not going to use it against Barbatos. That'd be a little unfair. What, is immune to eject? Oh, that's shit. I thought Shooting Star was always like a thing. That's lame. Yeah, okay. It's going to take some time. Why? All because I didn't realize that eject didn't work. That's annoying. I think at this stage I'll just show the Barbatos encounter because I'm close enough to the save sphere. That's not a long path. It's like 2 or 3 encounters. So we'll pop down. I'll get the thing. It's just, again, at this stage it's just a bit of time wasting, honestly. Grab this. Now, I will backtrack. There was one more, like, elevated platform that I didn't do, so I'm going to do that. And for that one, I'll keep the encounters on, but just to grab this again, it's just not worth it. Got my auto-save in place now. Alright, let's go. So yeah, let's see if I can pick up final thing. I believe that's the last one other than... Alright, rematch. This time, I'm not even going to let it get a turn. Not even a turn for you, bro. I'm just going to keep putting it to sleep, not letting it use Mighty Guard. $18,000. Yeah, I wish I could do 18,000 damage here. Yeah, honestly, it's going to die on the next turn anyway. Yeah. Okay. We let it have a turn, but I still did okay. Where is that Barbatos? Not here. Okay, it's not immune to mental break, that's nice. Now we'll speed it up. Death proof. Yeah, again, Waka, not much we can do about him right now. We'll just have to wait. It's Megadeth. Okay, Waka dies. 19,000. I do think now maybe there's a chance we can... Nah. Just thinking with Mental Break, can we get it? It's not too far off. 6,000. Okay. Not having that. Let's Osmos and then Daga. Looking good. It's a little more like it. But once the Barbatos appears, we're going to have to go back into like full focus mode. But for now at least, we're good. Right, where was this bit? Yeah, that goes down there. Let's just make sure we don't miss anything here. This would be silly. This one we are going to Shooting Star, but I have a feeling that this is the kind of place where this stuff just doesn't work. Okay, at least it does for that guy. Waiting for old Barbie. That's where it was. This guy. Go away. Here's the Walker. Sleepbuster. Lulu. Bio. And then Naga. Add a little bit of extra speed to proceedings here. Why has Walker got two attacks and Tyre's got one? Eh? Okay. Let's do that. That. Yeah, really not letting them get a move here, basically. If you're just really spamming the MP, obviously it gets much, much easier to do that. Okay, this should finish it off. There it is. Let's get those chests. Black Magic Sphere times 2. Ooh. Huge. Huge. And this one, oh, there's another one around there as well. Shish. So much for my little, like, one chest thing. There was 3. It's too fun to see Orin try and kill this thing. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Don't get too carried away. Wow. Survive with that nothing. Even that doesn't net me another turn. Wow. Just for fun. I know these guys love to face Bahamut, so we're gonna make it do it again. Get it? I need to know what's in those chests. Okay. So with double cast warriors working very nice for Lulu as well. They should charge her up pretty fast. Okay. We're going to copy that. We've almost killed it. Yeah, we've basically killed it in one set. So no chance of double Reaper for you guys. That ain't happening. Dispel. Ah, this wasn't dispellable, was it? That's kind of annoying. Okay. We'll start with the power break. Okay. And then we'll follow it up with an armor break, just for kicks. And then we'll do that. Bye-bye. But you put a step wrong, you could still lose all of the progress that you made, so... Let's stay focused until the end here. These guys again. Let's do... Oh. I will do a Death Fury. But first, just a bit of this. Just to be safe. Actually, I can just double cast Death, can't I? Huge. Lulu's been absolutely crushing it here. Amazing work. Wow. Just making encounters look easy. And I think Osmos has been a great investment for her. Really has worked well. Wow, it's a high encounter rate. Bastards. Let's just do it again. I forgot if they're... I assume they're immune to death. I kind of forgot, honestly. Maybe they're not. Let's see. Alright, that worked out pretty well. Damn. Even power broken, it did pretty well. Really, bro? 1,200, okay. Die. Okay, so once again we really did make it, but no Barbatos. Interestingly enough. So I'm going to save here. I'm literally going to ask Karifean because I think Varuna was one thing we could face that we haven't faced. And we haven't faced a Barbatos. So if there is one, I will hunt for one before continuing. Okay, so I have been reliably informed by Karifean that Barbatos is indeed still there. So we're going to wait for him. Obviously we'll have the advantage of having lots of MP and just like being prepped and ready to go against him. But at this stage I think I'm going to skip every encounter that isn't Barbatos because that's what I want to show. So all of this stuff, it's going to obviously take me way too long to farm for it specifically. So I think what I can do, because we don't get any items or benefit from this anyway, I can use things like Farplane to kind of insta-kill these enemies, basically. Or just temporarily give myself the flee ability until I can have my match against Barbatos. I think that's probably how I'll do it. This is the kind of thing that I'm going to 100% forget. And then just leave flee on for like the entire rest of the thing. Let's see if it worked. It did not. I don't know if this kicks in like afterwards or something. It might be the next fight. Or maybe we have to swap him in. Let's have a look. No, it's not there. Okay. I'm just going to have to manually reduce Behemoth King's... But if you reduce his HP to 1... Yeah, that's why Flea's better to have, but unfortunately I can't. So for this one fight, I'm just going to have to deal with it. Battle. Enemies. 1 HP. Can Oren survive it at absolute max HP if nothing else happens? Let's see. This will be a good little mini test. Yeah, he can. Okay, fine. Now, let's see if Flea actually worked. I think Karifean's like hard disabled it so much that even in Farplane you can't use it. Let's see. Okay, it's there now. So yeah, I'm going to keep fleeing until Barbatos makes an appearance. We learned the Coward Overdrive mode. It shouldn't be learnable in this one, but hey. It's funny. Ah, okay. It literally was like another 3 encounters after that, and we managed to get to it. So there we go. Now, let's throw in a scan immediately. He's probably going to get countered and killed as a result, but hey. We got our save, so it doesn't matter. Alternates between its moves fairly predictably. Its Frying Mortar carries both fire and thunder element at once. Use silence to prevent haste or override it with slow or threaten. Okay, what are you immune to, sir? On paper, not many things. No sleep, but we can do darkness, silence, poison, zombie, that kind of thing. Okay. So I'm going to begin with a bit of a Hasker here. Let's see if silence attack is enough. It is. That's a good start. Oren, I feel again probably a good candidate here to take care of business, but we are going to, I think, start with maybe Magic Break. I think the mortar attack I probably can't stop with silence, therefore probably not worth. Okay, so we definitely have some statuses at play here. We just have to make sure we don't get a wipeout. Okay, big damage. Not going to make any assumptions here and say this is easy. Let's bring Lulu into the mix. Since we're here, I just want to see how much damage Flare's going to do against this guy.
No pain.
Wow. She is really on it, man. Oh, he's got the 255. Of course, the one time I bust out the double flare. Bro is sitting on those like anything. He's just like, that was absolutely nothing. So I think without the breaks, you can't really do anything. I have to imagine that its physical defense is just as high. So, okay, that's trouble. So yeah, if you have a full break, you should probably use a full break, but let's just say I came here without that much MP. What would happen then? We'll find out. There it comes. Yeah, it's still huge damage despite all of those cheers and that kind of thing. Heavy damage. But we're good. Now, I still want to watch out for frying mortar. It could be a disaster if we're not careful, so... That was the wrong character. I should have just done it on Orin, but whatever. So now I'm going to armor rate. So we're going to try and really break him down here. Yeah, 94 damage before the armor break there. Now it used to be the case that the mortar stuff was like a counter. That's why we're just going to wait here. I think a little longer. Before we do anything. Let's Hasker again. So now I'm going to bring out my 3 attackers and we're going to really start to heave at this thing. See what happens. See when that first attack comes in. The mortar. Quad 9 for Orin. Love to see it. Quad 9. You can see the strength difference now between Titus and Waka here. Titus does have a 1.5x, it's true, but even if you take that away... Okay, well defended. So, if I'm being honest, I'm a little bit surprised here. I thought we'd have a few more counters because it's... Look at how slow it is. Yeah, given how short this area is and how deadly some of the other guys can be, I am a little surprised. We haven't seen a counter attack. Even the silence is gone at this point, but it's gonna die. Yeah, I think my gut reaction here is that I'd like this guy to not... He should be immune to slow, at the least. And maybe its counter-attack rate needs to be higher. So there's the Frying Mortar. I deliberately let it use it one time. See the damage? So, yeah, my gut reaction is not powerful enough. I think compared to everything else we've seen, like the Behemoth King and stuff is way more dangerous. So I think it needs more. I mean, we've got like Demonoliths that do like 5,000 drain magic and shit like that. So I think compared to that stuff, I think it's too weak. So that's my note on that, but I'll leave it obviously up to the man himself to decide what he wants to do. But I was kind of surprised at that one. So Varuna, because it appears in Omega Ruins as well, I'm not gonna hunt around for Varuna. I am going to make a run at Braska's Final Aeon. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna complete the mod. Let's do it. Okay, my friends, it is time. Braska's Final Aeon awaits. Now, from here onwards, I can do whatever the hell I want, and I don't have to worry about the consequences because I'm going to reload from here afterwards. So, what this means is that we have Agility Sphere available, Strength Sphere, we can use all of it. We can use the black magic spheres, we can do whatever the frick we want. So, what we're going to do, I think the first thing, I've been begging to be able to do this. I think, instead of Flare, I think I should kind of see if there's any elemental affinity with Braska's Final Aeon first. Because, obviously my gut reaction is, yeah, just use Flare, but maybe it has a 1.5 and Yuna's basically going to hit like quad 9 anyway. And obviously Firaga much more MP efficient. So that's why I should probably check that first. Now, I think Tidus is going to be on the front line because of that armor that he has. It feels unlikely to me. There was like Confusion Protection, Berserk Protection, Stone Protection. It feels unlikely that I'd take him off the front line, and he's got the hastes and the slows. So for that reason, I think it's wise to give him more strength. Either that or Auron, if we're really going to use him as a tank, as we always tend to do, and he's going to hit with counters, then obviously I can do that. But I think first attempt, let's go with Tidus. So that's what we're going to do. I'm thinking like he's going to really make Auron, really make Braska's Final Aeon supremely powerful. For the reason that you can basically use everything. You don't need to leave anything kind of unused here. Now, I will take a look at the tick speed chart, because I need to see who goes up a tier here, who gets a meaningful boost. Yeah, see now, this is why these things are important, and why a little bit more knowledge can help in these playthroughs. So right now, Lulu's agility is 24, and that puts her in tick speed 9. If I give her a +4, she goes up to 28, but she remains in tick speed 9. So what that means is that literally there will be 0 effect on the CTB if I give Lulu this agility sphere now. But for Auron, he's on 19, so he's on tick speed 10, and he will go down to tick speed 9, and going down in this case is going to be a good thing for him. So Auron will benefit. Waka's on 23, therefore he will not benefit, unfortunately. So 23 to 28 is all the same. It doesn't matter across there. Riku's at 48. She's stuck for a while. She needs to go all the way to 61 to see a benefit from here. Kimari is on the borderline. Kimari can get faster, but his HP is so low, I'm not sure he can really hang much in this fight. Might not be useful. Tidus on 37. Unfortunately, he's stuck as well, so he will not get an improvement. So the only people in this case who will actually improve are Yuna. She will go up a tier of tick speed. So will Auron. And so will Kimari. I think it's got to be Auron. It's got to be. So we're going to use it on him. Let's do that. What do we got left? Magic Sphere. I think in that sense, got to be her. White Magic Sphere. A lot of options for this stuff as well. I feel like to truly make Yuna an even more useful white mage, maybe she needs to have haste. We can have like Yuna, Tidus, Auron on the front line. Because I can use my items to heal more so. I'm not sure it's as important anymore. Heiska has big delay, so maybe I'm thinking just stick with haste. Because like, I've got lunar curtains, I've got that kind of stuff. Does another character need Dispel, maybe? I'm going to give her haste first. And then I'm going to give Tidus maybe Dispel. I do feel like it's the kind of battle where, because of the pagodas and stuff, I might be wanting to Dispel more. And if Yuna's the only person who can do it, I feel like that could put me in trouble. So this is all obviously just preemptive without ever trying the fight. But I'm going to give that a go. Okay. What else do we have? Yeah, the black magic spheres. Well, you can have a second character who can use Demi. Bosses are vulnerable to Demi. Maybe that's useful. Can be pretty guaranteed damage to Braska's Final Aeon throughout. With half MP cost, it's also not bad. Bio, Blizzard, Thunder. I have a sneaky suspicion that Braska's Fire Leon is not immune to poison, kind of the same as Vanilla. Now in Vanilla he took comically little damage for it, but still, might be worth it. I want to give her a Demi. I feel like that Demi is useful. And then the second one I'm kind of unsure. I'm gonna give Riku something here, but she can copycat if you really need to. But it is a lot of MP, but she can copycat. Just gonna throw in a Fire Raga. This is an extra little thing in the mix. So I think in terms of sphere grid, that's all I can do for now. Now, the big question is going to obviously be customization. Where do we go from here? So now I can finally fill out these two slots for Tidus. But it kind of feels like before doing the fight, there's just no point. I shouldn't try and preempt it too much. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to make a different save here. I'm actually going to go in and have our first little look at Braska's Fire Leon. Because it just feels silly, like without knowing what statuses I'm really going to be facing, and does he still have elementals? Do the U pagodas fire off elementals more? That kind of shit. It feels kind of pointless to me. So we're going to just kind of leave it at the moment. We're going to stick with Comrade for everyone just for this first one. I feel like Braska's Fire Leon obviously is going to hit hard, so yeah. And well, also I'm not going to commit to customization because we have the crystals. Now, is he not going to give us any weapons in that one? That I'm not sure about, but we'll have to see. Because it might be like a kind of a last minute weird imbalance, or maybe he's going to throw in like some break damage limit weapons right at the end. So I'm not sure how to tackle it either way. Let's take a look. It has all come to this. Almost 6 months after I first started playing. So we're going to take it slow. I really don't want to get into any encounters here if I can avoid it. So here's our first test. High potion. Okay. This is going to be fascinating. What is Karifean going to give us before the biggest and most difficult fight of the story? Okay. See, obviously now in retrospect, I kind of wish I didn't buy some of that stuff, but hey, I'm going to need them for other fights. So really taking it slow here. Remedy. Mostly, is it just going to be items? At least that's a decent customize option. Another. Holy water. Okay. Soft. So nothing spectacular. The Albed potions have been the best thing we've found so far. Eye drops. Antidote, okay. Is the final one going to be something? I don't know. Alright, let's go for it. Oh, come on! You son of a... I'm sorry, it's just not a part of the challenge to have to do those encounters. You can definitely do it without. Alright, there you go. Also, the normal battle theme started playing, so I had to mute that. I'm still at the stage where I'll avoid it if I generally can. Okay, here we are. So, so we can still customize Zombie Strike, a slow strike. Still got one. We still got magic boosters in the bag as well. Yeah, so we can make a bunch of these, which is nice. But yeah, gonna wait for it and see what we have first. We can literally obviously make some of this. But for now, we'll just go for it and see what happens. I don't have cutscene remover on right now. I'm curious to see how he handled the cutscene, but there you go. He kind of built in, obviously, his own cutscene remover to make repeat attempts easier. And here we go. The big guy himself. Now, if I was Karifean, I would make the censor text, "You can't do it, kid."
I promise this will be quick. Hit me with all you got, Dad.
Woo! Welcome to Braska's final Aeon. We've finally done it. Let the celebration begin. I think I have the auto sensor thing on still from the Nemesis attempts I've been doing, but whatever, instead of swapping weapons. This song's a little too intensely loud in my headphones, as great as it is. Right, use talk up to 2 times to set back his overdrive. He will not use it against Aeons. Okay, so he... Interesting. That's all we got. Let's just haste it anyway. I think for this one, let's get the old notepad out here. I need to properly write everything, because I don't want to have to like forget and repeat this every time. There really is no better plan, but that doesn't mean we just have to hurl ourselves in immediately and get killed. So, there are elemental... I guessed Firaga, I guessed wrong, and that's exactly why I didn't really want to commit. I'll just swap those around. I'll give Riku a Thundaga instead, I think. So, phase 1 is 150k. And we have lightning and ice. That might change, honestly, who the hell knows. But this is good because it means Tidus's Brotherhood will be naturally effective here. So 2 talks. In that sense, they work the same. Now, let's check the pagodas. Synergist Pagoda and Saboteur Pagoda. Someone is a Final Fantasy 13 fan. Or at least referencing it. I like it. That's nice. Okay, so pagodas. 10k. When his HP drops to 0, it comes back after a fixed delay with the total damage dealt to it at this new HP. So that's the same mechanic as it used to be. And this is the same too. Okay. Now, we can actually start to use things like this. Always a bit of a strat to sometimes not kill the U-Pagodas at all and just keep them slowed as much as you can in the fight. So slow works. That's important to know. That's a very OG kind of approach. Now, Auron, we'll see how his armor holds up here. Hopefully well. So what we'll do, we'll bring in Kimari and we will do the old scan. Now, Braska's Final Aeon is immune to slow. I did see that. Immune to slow. Now, use a variety of moves, physical, magical, and special. Can be blinded, but the sword swipe is unaffected by it. Of course it's unaffected. Counters when hit by delay, and just good luck. Oh man. This guy. Okay, so immune to slow, but not immune to blind. Petrification, sleep, null tide, null blaze, regen, slow. It's an interesting set. So it's not immune to provoke, for example, weirdly. So dark, Provoke. Poison as expected. But obviously the part of the reason this is a thing is because the pagodas will be regularly healing these negative effects, so that's important. It's not immune to zombie, much like OG. Not immune to silence, I believe. Okay, silence. Obviously this is only phase 1 as well. I mean, it's probably going to have double the HP, so it's probably going to be 300k for phase 2. But there we go, that's the set. Blitz Legend. Okay. Solid start. So I'm going to note that down. How much healing? Heals MP. So it doesn't heal any HP? Well, one probably heals MP, the other probably heals HP. Let's see. Well now. Oh, interesting. So I need to note all this down. Blitz Legend is seemingly just physical damage to all. Might be special, but we'll have to see. Damage all. Pagoda. MP healing, question mark there. Is that just like it's kind of forced to do something, so he just made it heal MP to not make it heal HP? 25% overdrive each time. Okay. That's heavy. Now, Auron I think got a little bit lucky. He didn't really get hit by anything. Let's just see what this next move is. We might get wiped out already here, so let's take a look. Okay. Singular. So Blitz Legend. Single hit, I'll call it. 3.8k on Kimari at least. And it did have a status. I didn't see it, but Kimari didn't get affected by it, so that's good. Those overdrives are coming along nicely, obviously, because I'm getting battered here at the moment. They're happening pretty fast. Now, can we kind of intercept their turns? We can. Because I want to basically put a power break on before the next move. I think Auron's going to be pretty critical here. Unsurprising, but I think he will be. He does have Poison Strike. 4,300 damage. Poison. Comes in with a Water Gun. That's surprising. Three Water Guns and 3,000 damage. Okay. Yeah, a lot happened there. Water Gun 5k damage. Poison does a 3k. Yeah, and the pagodas do not heal. So that's important to note. Now, in the first form, will he have Mercy on us and only hit one character? Or is it already basically he hits everybody? If he does, then obviously we have a very different type of problem, but there's only one way to find out. Triumph and Grasp, it is on one character. Okay. What kind of damage? Probably quad 9 or something. Shatter. Yeah, okay. Is that Shatter or is that some kind of eject? Big difference either way. Overdrive is still Triumph and Grasp. Okay, so we've seen 4 moves in total, of which one is his Overdrive. Very well. Let's have a look at how much damage we're starting to do with these kind of moves. Double cast. Undaga. 6,000. Okay. We don't have magic booster right now. So I think we're still better off using Dem if we can, obviously. This stage, we've got 19 X potions that are usable for us. By Raga. Ouch. What if there's only 2 characters? Okay. By Raga. Each character 1 time. That's a little more forgiving. We're very, very lucky that Auron just has enough HP to survive that. But that's cool. Let's see. So for now at least we're just burning resources because it doesn't really matter. Jet Beam. Oof. Auron is absolutely tanking everything. Jet Beam. 4k. And that looks like slow to me. Which obviously for Auron is not ideal. Let's take another look. Yeah, regen slow. So because of all of this stuff that we're having to deal with, I think some like silent strikey type stuff could serve us well. He likes those magic spells. We're dead now. So there's our first game over. I'm kind of impressed by how much magic there is, so okay. So let's see. Blitz Legend, single hand. The Blitz Legend move is great. By the way, I was so focused on the fight and just trying to track what was going on, I didn't acknowledge how great the move was. It was a great move. Very well named and the perfect animation, I think, for it. Excellent. But in terms of what we actually got hit by, does this give us a chance to customize, or was it straight into the fight? Okay, good. So let's have a look at this now.